Have you ever watched one too many anime and wanted to go to your local game store? Well, don't. Last weekend was Secrets of Strixhaven pre-release, and I went to a lot of Magic the Gathering events, and 99% of the time it was fun. But I did have one horror story, which I've come here to share with you today. Disclaimer, I don't want to be bullying this guy. This guy is not somebody we're gonna go out and find. And also, I don't even know this dude. This is not some like manhunt. This is just to say like, hey, this happened to me. Don't be this guy. If you're this guy and you see this, it's all love. We all make mistakes in life, and this is not the biggest deal. There are way more pressing things going on than people being slightly annoying during a game of Magic the Gathering, but this is still funny nonetheless. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen those videos of like, I think one of the most popular ones I've ever seen is that guy playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Every time he gets hit, he does the anime life point counter sound.
So, all right, so we go to 2,000. How much you play at 28?
No, 38.
38? Yeah. You played two?
I copied them.
God. Ah! Ding, 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 ding. Okay, that just sits on the field for no reason.
Like every single time he's getting hit and he's like being real animated, just super funny about it. Imagine that as your opponent, but he also tells you how to play and complains when he loses. And I know a lot of people sit like, that's just the generic like, oh, I would have won if XYZ and three other things were different, and also you turned around and I got to cheat. And I know there's a lot of that going on, but this was quite the story. For context, this is my main local game store that I go to all the time. So I know a lot of the people who go there, and this was a face of somebody who I've never seen before. Through my brief conversation alone with this guy, I was able to like tell he was not a new player. To tell this story, we have to go back though. Back to right before the event started, when me and my girlfriend were just getting food at a bar down the road, and some guy walks in being really loud about how he needed food like now, and he was standing behind us at the bar, and he wasn't sitting at the bar, and he was being really weird about getting food, and he was just standing up, and he was like, I need my food in like 10 minutes, and can I get a water while I wait? And the entire time the worker's just like, okay, just sit at the bar, we'll get you stuff. That was the guy. That was the first time I had ever seen this guy. We go across the road, we go play Magic. It's the last round of this event. It was my first event. I went to 3 this weekend because I am crazy, but it was the last round of my first event, and this guy was my opponent, okay? And I sat down ready to play like anybody else. I'm not gonna pass judgment. Maybe Buddy was stressing at the restaurant. So we go to play and we're shuffling up, and he's telling me about how good his pulls are, and he really liked this box, and he thinks that his box was the best of the colors, because if you don't know, Strixhaven has 5 different schools, and he had the Quandrix box, and he was like, oh, this is the best one, and he was really bragging to me about his cards, and quite frankly, I didn't care. But I'm shuffling up to play. I'm like, hey man, I'm glad you're excited, blah, blah, blah. Shuffle, we roll. I beat him on the dice roll. This is where the complaining starts. Oh, you know, my luck's just really not good today. My luck's been so bad. Buddy, you lost the dice roll. I'm just gonna go first. We're at a pre-release. I'm probably just gonna drop a forest and pass. Like, sure, going first is better. Let's not have a crisis over losing a die roll. That was moment number 1. Well, this guy was loud. I need to emphasize how loud this guy was. Imagine we're in a room of everybody screaming to play Magic the Gathering, and somehow this guy's louder than everybody else. The people around me, some people I know, were like looking, and I'm not trying to be like that guy, but I was getting secondhand embarrassment. This dude's screaming about bad luck and yada yada yada, this, that, and third, and I'm the guy across from him, and I got everybody looking over here like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, dude, please chill. The game's going on for a bit. I'm playing Golgari at this event, and I have a Teacher's Pest on board. If you don't know, Teacher's Pest, basically you can pay a green and a black every time it's in the graveyard, it comes back tapped. I'm swinging it. Long story short, I have another card in my hand, the Golgari Charm, and I'm just trying to think, hey, do I sack my creature before it dies so that I can draw a couple of cards, or do I just wait till next turn so I can re-bring this guy back out and have him next turn? Because I only had 1 green mana. And I'm just trying to think about this. It's pre-release. It's like a small thing. I'm like, hey, is this worth it? I'm going through it in my head the entire time. And I mean it, the entire time. Buddy's across the table.
Hey, why don't you just let it die? You can bring it back next turn. It'll come back. Why don't you just let it die? Just do. What are you doing? What are you gonna do? Huh? What? Come on. It's gonna come back next turn.
It was too much for me. It was too much for me. I was like, hey man, can you just let me play? And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. And to me, I thought that was gonna be the end of it. I thought we were done. I thought, hey, he was just getting a little too excited, and I was a little point blank, but I was nice about it. We'll move on. No, I ended up winning that game. The entire time he lost, he was talking about how he had a bad starting hand, and he should have mulliganed, and he played bad, and he overcommitted to 1 card that I killed. And dude, shut up. Like, oh my God, nobody cares about every little play-by-play of how you could win. And it was even worse, and I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but it's because he's sounding like an anime character. He's making like one-liners, like, hold up, I wrote some of these down because I knew I would start to forget them. They're in my phone, but I also wrote them in my Discord a little bit. Let me see if I can find some some of them. All right, so just to quote some of the things I wrote down really quickly so I wouldn't forget them that day. Alas, my luck today has been low. I took a big gamble and it's not paying off. You sure you want to do that? The dice get rolled sometimes, and sometimes you lose that dice roll. What? I can't believe that didn't work. It was like the most animated thing ever. All right, so we go to game 2, and this guy decides to keep another hand, which he's gonna go on to tell me he should not have done. And here's where I'm gonna say this.
Stop doing that.
Don't do that. Don't be the guy who keeps a hand. You're saying to yourself, oh, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. And then mad when it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna give an example. My third round of the last event I did. So like I said, I did 3 events. The very last game I played of all the events, my first game, I kept a 1-lander. I had 3 spells that were 1 green pip, and I had a couple of spells that were 2 green pips, and I had my planeswalker that I really wanted to play, and 1 forest. So I said, F it. I said, if I lose this one game, I don't care. And so I'm gonna do it. And I played my 1 land, and I drew a land, and I played a 2-drop, and then I drew another card, and I missed a land drop or 2, but eventually I got there, and I got to do my planeswalker, and I had fun. So hey, did I get lucky? Yes. But I was also so prepared to go down with the ship because it's pre-release. Why do you care so much about winning at like a pre-release? And that's a whole nother topic. I think there are some people who care too much about pre-release, and there are also some people who care too little and treat it like it's nothing, while some people are just trying to have games. So I think there's a whole story to be told there, but I'm just here to talk about one bad actor who you shouldn't be like. All kidding aside, as someone who's watched anime before, I've never once in my life had the desire to act like one of those characters. I don't get that whole thing. Don't be the guy at a public event making people feel uncomfortable because you're not having a good time for one way or the other, especially if it's something you can do to fix. If you're saying you're keeping bad hands or this or that, dude, just mulligan. Don't act like Yugi Moto about to lose his soul in Yu-Gi-Oh because you didn't draw the cards you need. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really half expected to swing at him with one of my monsters and him go, no! But no, in our Discord, the Discord for my local game store had like 3 people being like, I'm coming to my first ever pre-release this weekend. I'm so excited. And imagine your first ever guy you face is just telling you how he should have beaten you, that he's way unluckier than you, that he is got a better deck than you, but you beat him, and somehow that's weird. Yapping about how his cards are so good when you don't even know half the cards because you're new. Imagine how much of a downer that would be on a new player to come back. I don't know. A big part of me is having this community. I have people commenting, telling me that they're getting into Magic because of me. I made a pre-release video, and somebody commented that they were convinced because of me to go to pre-release, and they had a blast, and they met a bunch of cool people and all this stuff, and that meant so much to me. And all those people who go and realize that this is something they want to do. This is a community that they like. They like playing cards. They like the people. That gets ruined when people like this act like that. When me and my girlfriend were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! A year ago, we went to a local game store, and we had a dude act like a douche to her. We've never gone back to play Yu-Gi-Oh! There. We actually stopped going to local game stores to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because we only have the one in the area, and my girlfriend didn't want to feel like that again. That's a problem. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't ruin the experience for the people. Do you guys understand that other people coming in and playing the game you like will make the game you like more popular, therefore more successful, therefore you can play the game you like better? Anyways, if this video gets 5 million likes, I'm gonna go to my local game store dressed like Naruto Uzumaki and scream that I'm gonna be the Hokage until they let me win. Other than that, leave a like if you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. That's all I got. Catch y'all next time.